Hey there, YouTube. I wanted to come on today and talk about something that has really been on my mind. And it's been something actually that's been on my mind for about the last 3 years. When I started my graduate program, I really became focused on health. And I feel bad when people look at me. It's like you can see that there's obviously some extra weight. Granted, I have lost weight. And I just haven't been as successful at that as I would like. But I have done a lot and lots of reading and thinking and listening on health, what is good for your mind and your body. And I feel pretty solid in that. I mean, I watch what I eat to a T. I pretty much stay away from any processed food. And I cook almost all of my meals. I very rarely eat out. So there's not a lot of extra junk in my food. But that point aside, this isn't me talking about what I prescribe to in that regard. But I have a hard time with the idea of adding in this new hormone to my body of testosterone. So one of the things, I know I have kind of, if you want to call it weight loss resistance, we can call it that. Basically what it is, I know that I have adrenal fatigue from a very stressful childhood. And that has impacted how my body handles food, as well as it handles hormones and creates hormones and things like that. With that being said, it seems just scary to add in this new hormone that really hasn't been studied, because if you want to look at hormones in general and food and how it impacts your body in general, the science is pretty lackluster and is very biased, and you're paid off by the food companies. And I know that that's going to probably be controversial, but it's the truth. And so now you want to take someone who, I very much value my brain, I'm starting to very much value my body, and we're going to add in this strange mix that we don't really know what it does. Yeah, we have trans men who have been on testosterone for years, many years, and they're living very good lives. Yes, there are some cases of cancer. We don't know, however, if that was because of the testosterone or other factors. And so it's really hard for me being so conscious, of my health. I don't take any medicines. I very rarely will even take a Tylenol. If I take a Tylenol, it's maybe once a month, every other month, and it's a half a pill. And I don't take anything else. No allergy meds, nothing. I can't even remember the last time I was sick, honestly. And I care about that. I think, I'm healthy in that regard. My brain is pretty spot on. I do well in school, and I do well in when I want it to think. When I want to think, it works. Sometimes the words don't come out, I do admit that. But overall, it's a pretty high level functioning that I am very pleased with. And so now we're going to introduce this new foreign body of testosterone. Research, I think, does show that sometimes, our brains as transgender individuals are actually wired for the hormone that we aren't getting. And that's possible. It's very possible that I take testosterone and I do great. How is that my actual body going to do, though? Not my brain, my body. Is my liver going to be overflowed? Is it going to mess up with the female organs that I have? What's going on? And is it healthy? And do the benefits outweigh the risk? Now, I do think that. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind about going on hormones. But these are just some of the things that I think about, and I wonder, and I don't want to screw up, because I don't want 60-year-old me looking back and being like, you shouldn't have done that. You hurt your body and now you're dead. But is 30 years of a life well lived better than 70, 80 years of a life that you really didn't like? Yeah, I guess it is. And so, as much as I think about it, and I'm hesitant, I don't think it's a stopping point. But I kind of want to make my own N=1 experiment and see what happens and see how that's going. And to an extent, that requires me to have a little bit more money so that I can be doing that blood work and working with a functional medicine doctor to really figure out what my body is reacting to and what is healthy and how I can actually be an optimally running human being, because that's what I want. I want to be at the highest level I can be, because what else is the point? I want to be high level in my body function, in my brain function, in my social and mental and emotional functions. That's my goal. And I think testosterone can get me there, but it's also really terrifying, especially when you don't really know sourcing and you're at the mercy of different doctors who may or may not know anything about you or the body or the testosterone that they're actually prescribing, and you're at the mercy of the insurance companies who can only prescribe like one brand that they're contracted with. And you know, do you go with gel? Do you go with injection? Which one's safer? Which one's healthier? What can I afford? It's just so daunting and confusing. And I hope that by putting this out there, there's going to be other people, I'm sure, that have thought about this. And once again, like I see on YouTube, these videos, it's kind of like a retroactive, like I'm looking back and this is, you know, my voice, one month on testosterone, all this stuff. It's like after we have started testosterone and hormones and all the process, it's not the in the meantime type thing. It's not the I'm waiting for it, these are my thoughts, these are my actions, this is what my apprehensions are. And I kind of hope to go back in like a year and look back and be like, hey, I had these thoughts, this is my, you know, what I said earlier, this is what the reality was for me. I'm hoping that that's what I can do. And that's what happens. So I guess that's why I'm kind of doing this now. And I think for someone who is looking at the health effects of taking a new hormone, hopefully this can be some help in the future, if not now, in terms of knowing that you're not alone and that people are out there wondering the same things that you're wondering, and that's okay. You're going to be okay. We're all going to be awesome. It's exciting. It really is exciting. So that's all for now, and I'll catch up with you later. Have a great day. Bye now.